All right, I'm asking questions. Roxy Bay says, responsible men needs to stop sleeping with loose women. The woman really, she has to wake up and become knowledgeable about self. But yes, the man can help by not sleeping with loose women. All right, but let's understand that there is a nature, and he's going to do what his nature tells him to do, because he's more in tune with his flesh than he is with source. And women, you better tap into source. Otherwise, you're going to keep creating things that is not ordained in this dimension that you don't want to see. So it's better to sleep around with multiple partners. Joshua, I didn't say that. All right. But let's go back to the matriarchy. Thank you for that question. Originally, as I said at the beginning of this session, this planet was a matriarchal society. She was never meant to shack up with him or be with him. I need everybody in the comment section to finish this statement. It takes a village to... Well, what happened to the village? The village was originally with the matriarchy. And the village was her mother, her grandmother, her aunts, her nieces, her cousins, her girlfriends, her sisters. That's who the village was, the women. And so what I'm saying is, she was never supposed to be taking him as a partner, and it's just her and him. That she had the village. It takes a village because it took a whole team to raise the child, not just him and her, because really when him and her get together, it's really just going to be her. He might go out and, bring money home or whatever, but he's not going to change no dirty, stinking diapers. He going to be talking about, well, you want me to babysit? We're talking about babysit is your child too. Okay, understand the game. So with that, if she wanted to be with a man, there was no stipulation put on her about, oh, you can't sleep with him because you're not married, or you can't sleep with him. In the matriarch, when a woman wanted to get with a man, she would bring him to her place. And then if she said yes, then they got together. If she said no, then he got to get on. And then it wasn't no marriage. And sometimes he might see the child, or maybe he wouldn't, but that child would never go unloved because it had a village. It had the women. It always stayed protected. It wasn't no predators. It wasn't no violence against women and children. It wasn't no actual molestation. It wasn't all that. Because it was with the village. It was protected. But then when she goes off on her own with him or wherever she's going, she's lost her protection. She lost the village. So you got to get back to the village. And I'm not saying that she needs to be, she should be sleeping around, or that's okay. But what I am saying is, when she taps into source, she's going to be more responsible with her Stargate. That's what I'm saying. But I don't tell grown folk, I'm telling you to close your legs, but I don't like to tell y'all, oh, don't sleep with this. No, do you. But I'm telling you, you got to tap into self. Tap into source. Oh, monogamy is natural. No, it's not, Joshua. Monogamy is not natural. You can't, see, this is the thing. You can't find anywhere in nature. See, when I talk about nature, we got to go and look at the people who not inhibited by the raggedy laws of this so-called society. And nowhere in nature does anybody have monogamy. It doesn't exist. Unless you're talking about, once again, a being that lived for 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, we together. And then they die. Other than that, Joshua says, I'm cutting that grass. I can see that you would. But here's what I'm saying, all right? Why would you want to cut the grass if you think monogamy is so natural, Joshua? That's funny. I love my brother. I really do. Genesis says, right, because a man looked at me and spoke and then went on to rob the next person. He didn't rob me. You bring your own danger. All right, that's one of my students. Because she gets it. If you're not supposed to have an energy, then it's not going to come upon you. This is why I say women have to know that they've been spraying energies all over this planet, and you're expecting him to save you and rescue you, when the truth is, when it comes to danger, you bringing it. You are creating your dimension. And we learn, as again, walking in the 5th, 6th, 7th dimension, you learn how to control your 3rd dimension, okay? Remember, this topic, is really to get my sisters to awaken. My brothers that are awakened, thank you so much. Really, I honor you. I appreciate you, because most men, they're so stuck in their ego, they're not willing to recognize and respect the feminine. And so for those of y'all who do, thank you. All right. Thank you for being able to hear this and go do your own research. Okay. For my women, please note, you've got to tap into source, because there's a lot that we haven't been told as women. I just gave you this information. Please go look it up, and then ask yourself why you weren't taught this. Or ask yourself why you didn't know about polar bodies. Ask yourself why you didn't know about, what marriage is, because I break down marriage and how it is the woman going to enslavement to the male. I break that down. Ask why you don't know about all of the female rulers, why you don't know about Solomon's story, what happened with the book of Ruth, what happened with the Sibyls and the oracles, and the fact that women were written out of their own scriptures. You got to know this, because there is not the man's responsibility to tell you who you are as a woman. Again, you were taken over. You were conquered. Now, if you want to stay conquered, that's on you. But for my women who are serious about cleaning up this mess in this dimension, in this so-called society that we have, then you better know. You better be ready to gain knowledge of self, because you are the only key to cleaning this mess up, okay? I want y'all to know I love you. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're going to be back next Friday. Give me a hug. I love you. I'm out. Bye-bye.